Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Monday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. And we do also cover the big Pokemon news that cards are set to get revealed. And as you guys can see, I'm not at home. I am in Chicago at Trading Card Con, and we're at the Hilton, and there's actually no Wi-Fi right now, so I'm using some random person's hotspot. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. So I apologize for that. And we do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Collectr. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. They also do the craziest giveaways in this entire hobby, so make sure you follow them on all their socials. I'll have all the links in the description. I promise you will not be disappointed. And also, if you guys want to try PSA for your first time, click the link, use the code BEARD25, you get $25 off. And if you guys want to try tag, click the link, use the code BEARD10, get 10% off your first submission. All right, let's get to it. We got Evolving Skies. Again, not a ton of movement for Evolving Skies. It'll go up like $50 and it'll drop $50. ETB's around 500. Booster box is around 26. And the Pokemon Center ETB, we got a couple new ones for the Umbreon, getting close to $1,000. Last sold now, $9.99. We got one at $1,100, $1,200, and $10.84. And one high one at $1,350. Otherwise, most of them range from about $900 to $1,000. But that is about it for Evolving. Next, Celebrations. Same thing. The only thing really going crazy is the UPC still. Last sold for the UPC, $1,275, $1,300, and $1,185. And I think we did have one more collection box that was starting to go a little crazy. We got the Pikachu V Union box, which I always said was just so underrated. One of the best Pikachu boxes ever. All last sales now are at $200. Next, we have Crown Zenith. Regular ETB, it was going down in price. Market price now $300, kind of leveling out. We got the Pokemon Center ETB market price $555. And the booster bundle still really close to $200 at about $190. And that is about it for Crown Zenith. Next, we have 151. So the UPC still right around $1,000. We got the ETB market price $618. Kind of bouncing back. It dropped down a little bit. We got last sales now right around $650. The booster bundle is going up in price. Last sold now right around $250 for this booster bundle. It was at like $190 for a while. And Pokemon Center ETB still around $1,300 to $1,400. All right, here is Prismatic Evolutions. We got the regular ETB bouncing back a little bit. It's dropped down to $165. Now that's sold $185, $199, and $180. And the Dollar General ETB is right at $200. And the SPC market price is $315, not really doing anything crazy. And we got the Pokemon Center ETB market price about $600. It started dropping in price and now it went right back up, kind of leveled out. Next here is Destined Rivals. Market price for their booster bundle is $188. Some people are trying to hype it up right now. It was at $65, but still last sold $73, $70, $75. We just had a couple crazy high sales there that made it go wild. Regular ETB market price $278. Last sold $325. And then all before that was $219. Look at these prices. $314, $400, $800, $336. So yeah, make sure you guys check these recent solds because we got a lot of manipulation going on right now. And we got the Pokemon Center ETB. Last sold for this one, $559, $499, $530, and $560. And what else do we have? Booster bundle market price $592. Last sold, yeah, all at about $600. And we got the Lost Origin booster box, dropped down to $715. Now last sold $700, $743, $745, and $726. And here is a new Pitch Black booster box. This is pre-sale. Last sold on here, we only have one sale at $359. There's already much cheaper sales on eBay. And we got the Mega Charizard X UPC. This was $139. I told everybody to pick this thing up. Now last sold $186, $240, $225, and $230. Next, we have the Ascended Heroes regular ETB. Got down to $103. I also said this one is going to be $200 very soon. Now last sold $185, $171, and $170. Next, here is the Ascended Pokemon Center ETB. Got down to $240. Now last sold $350, $470, $500, and $520. Next, we have the Gengar EX Full Art. Yes, some of the Full Arts are also going crazy. This was at $36, now last sold all right around $60. Next, we have the Lickitung Illustration Rare. Now last sold $30, $24, $25. And we have the Articuno illustration rare, such a beautiful card. Was at $15, now last sold $23, $25, $27, and $30. And we have the Steelix, the one that's working on the construction site. It's at $27 forever. Now last sold $33, $38, $35, $39. And we have the Gloom illustration rare, was at $14. Now last sold $30, $27, $35. And the Misty's Lapras doing work. Now last sold $37, $44, and $40. We got a couple even at $50 down there. Next, we have the Slowpoke illustration rare, was at $23. Now last sold $49, $45, $43, and $40. Next, we have the Riolu illustration rare. This is at $23. Now last sold $40, $45, $40. Basically, every illustration rare is up at least a couple dollars. And we have the Deerling. And this is a connecting artwork. This was at $23. Now last sold $37, $59, $40. Next, we have the Sawsbuck illustration rare. This is the one it connects with. Was at $33. Now last sold $49, $84, $52, $64. All over the place. And we got the Ralts illustration rare going crazy. This was $25. Now last sold $50, $54, $64, $60. And we got the Curlia. This was at $29. Now last sold $57, $56, $55. One low one at $40 and a high one at $92. Prices are all over the place. Oshawott illustration rare was at $42. Now last sold $52, $74, $70. Next, we have the Misty Psyduck. Was at $55. Now last sold $72, $99, $73. I have a feeling this is going to be a $100 illustration rare in my opinion. Next, we got the T-Tar from Paldea Evolved. Was at $57. Now last sold $80. Bunch of model plates. $81, $77, and $84. Next, the Mousehold, one of the most expensive illustration rares, was at $51. We got sales now at $99, $98, and $95. And we have one high one at $125 and $122, but most of the sales are around $90. And the Groudon, love this card, was at $70. Now last sold $116, $127, $115, and $110. Next, we have the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. This was a $50 card. Now last sold $108, $110, $105. One high one at $147. And we have the Squirtle from Stellar Crown. Was at $68. Now last sold $122, $125, $18, and $120. And I do apologize if it is a little loud in here. There's a ton of people packing up right now. And next we have some SIRs. We got the Altaria. Was at $38. Now last sold $55, $53, $84. I have a feeling this could easily get up to a $75, $80 card. Also, next we got the Team Rocket's Nidoking. Was at $88. Now last sold $105, $102, $100, and $115. Next, we have the Milotic, finally getting some love. Was at $94. Now last sold $121, $125, $120, $138. A couple of them at $138, actually. Such a beautiful card, and it connects with the Phoebus, too. Next, we got the Dragapult SIR. Was at $86. Now last sold $135, $130, $143, $130. This is a pretty playable card. Next, we got that new Lily's Clefairy SIR from Ascended. Was at $170. Now last sold $197, $229, $200. Yeah, pretty much all right at $200 now. And we have the Mega Lucario SIR. Was at $155. Now last sold $199, $205. One crazy high one at $292, but most of them are at about $190. Next, we have the Cynthia's Garchomp SIR. Was at $195. Now last sold $270, $265, $235, and $225. Next, we have the Surging Pikachu. Was at $250. Now last sold $303, $310, $390, and $380, and another random high one at $599. Next, we have the Pikachu. Was at $337. Now last sold $482, $480, $425, and $495. Next, we have the Bubble Mew. Was at $462. Now last sold $999, $900, $875. Couple more at $999. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X. Was at $595. Now last sold $885, $820, $900, $997. Another one at 900, 975. Getting very, very expensive. And we have the gold Mega Charizard X. Was at 339. Now last sold 400, 405, and 375. Next, we have the red Victini. This is from Black Bolt. Was at 387. Now last sold 575, 600, 550. And we also have the other red Victini from White Flare, not as expensive. Was at 387. Now last sold 525, 650, and 425. Next, the black Zekrom full art was at 350. Now last sold 470, 490, 550. And we got the white Reshiram. This card was at $340. Now last sold 425, 475, 415, and 395. Next, we got the baby shiny Pikachu. All these cards are going crazy. This was $30. Now last sold 80, 75, and $99. Next, even the baby shiny Mimikyu, it's one of the most expensive ones, was at 20. Now last sold 65 and 60. And we got a couple trainer galleries. We got the Rayquaza VMAX, was at 100. Now last sold 205, 188, and 190. Next, the Starmie V was at 100 forever. Now last sold 100, 125, 120, 115. And we got the Pikachu V trainer gallery, was at 66. Now last sold 115, 140, and 125. Next, we have the Umbreon V Max trainer gallery, was at 70. Now last sold 100, 105, and 115. And the Sleepy Pikachu trainer gallery, basically all the trainer galleries are going crazy, was at 28. Now last sold 56, 59, and 55. And we got the Charizard trainer gallery. This was at 18. That's a lightly played chart, but last sold now all at about 35 to 40. Next, we have some Crown Zenith Mewtwo V-Star. Was at 175. Now last sold 300, 295, and 275. And we got the gold Giratina from Crown Zenith. Was at 211. Now last sold 245, 239, and 215 for a lightly played. Next, we have the gold Arceus. Was at 120. Now last sold 195, 150, and 180. And the last couple, we got the Darkrai V-Star from Crown Zenith. Was at 49. Now last sold 100, 110, 108. And last on the list, we have the Leafeon V-Star, which was 60. Now last sold 80, 85, 97, and 95. But yeah, so many Galarian Gallery and Trainer Gallery cards are going crazy. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Market Monday. If you guys like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment if you guys want to support more. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last video, click this one right here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.